So now we are moving to the next lesson about the devotional paths to the divine. So as written here, devotional paths. So that is plural paths. Paths means that is the multiple. Okay, the plural of this one. So the devotional paths to divine, the ultimate destination of a devotee of any religion. Okay, so here in this class we are going to be learn about this one. So you have seen that in the previous lessons and all, you have seen that majorly about that people perform rituals, different kinds of the to worship the God. They are going to be what is that? Make the different kinds of the rituals, performance, and offering. Everything they are going to do that. So to the worship the God or singing bhajans, kirtana, and kavalis. So even repeating the names of the gods, what for? In silence to reach to the ultimate divine. So and also be sometimes when they reach there, they feel something. What is that? That might be some of the divineness. It's going to be created to come the tears without knowing. Okay, so this is happening there. So such intense devotion. Remember your intense devotion, intense devotion. Okay, or love of God is legacy of various kind of bhakti and Sufi movement. So here the devotional path we are going to discuss about that. What is that? One is bhakti and the Sufi movement that evolved in the which century? In the 18th century. In the 18th century, these have been formed. That what it is that why this concept have been arose. Okay, and what is the concept about this one? Everything we are going to be discussed now. Okay, so here, dear children. Okay, so here idea of supreme God. So one of the concept about devotion path is about that the idea of a supreme God. So what is supreme God? See, ultimately there is one God concept. Okay, so of supreme. So that the nature. It means that the nature are one God. So this concept, supreme God, this concept arose in the 18th century. So this is the idea of supreme God. Why it is happened? What was the concept? Let's see that. So before the large kingdoms emerged, okay, before large kingdoms emerged, so emerged means the formation, different gods of different groups of the people worship their own gods and goddesses. So they were worship their gods and goddesses in a different way. As people were brought together, through the growth of the town, trader, and empires. So in the previous lessons we have discussed, the town, trade, and empires were started to form that one. And remember, dear children, by the time itself, so the towns, which are the towns? Administrative towns, okay, temple towns, like that it was divided. So wherever the temples are started, the people started to gather in those areas. So this is the very important thing. The new idea began to develop. So the belief that social privileges, okay, came to be right in the noble family. So here the social privileges. Social privileges, okay, came from birth in the noble family. Social privileges, social right, we are going to say that it is the what is that? birth. For whom? For noble family. So what it means? It means social privilege, social right. So they can work, they can perform the rituals to the god. Okay, and they will get some different kinds of the support or different status they will get. That is from the birth of the noble family. So by birth only they are going to receive that. So or high caste. So noble family are high caste was a subject of many learned texts. So they are only learning this one. What is that? So learn the sacred text. That is learn the sacred text. So many people were uneasy with such idea and turned to the teaching of Buddha and Jainism. So when the people are not able to get these kinds of the sacred text are not easy to understand, then they transfer to which one? So teachings of Buddha and Jains. So this is the what is that? The new devotional paths. Okay, so the teachings of Buddha and the Jains. It is started that one. Okay, according to which was possible to overcome social differences and break the cycle of the rebirth through the personal effort. So the concept of rebirth, okay, it was stopped. Okay, so once the man is died, the rebirth, it's not about being formed. The cycle of rebirth through personal effort, it was stopped. So then the Supreme God who could deliver humans from such bondage if approached with a devotion. So this idea, so that what is that? The Supreme God. So let's focus now. So there was one of the idea, it was derived by the time. So I'm going to write it here. The Supreme God, other felt that the attracted to the idea of a Supreme God. Okay. Supreme God who could deliver humans from such bondage if approached with devotion. Okay, so other felt attracted to idea of the Supreme God who could deliver humans from such bondage if approached with the devotion. So what is that? The birth of the cycle of rebirth through personal effort. So that was the concept. It was break. Okay, so this idea. Okay, so this idea, what is that? Advocated in the Bhagavad Gita. So this idea, what is the concept? It was advocated in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita and grew popularly in early centuries of the common era. So then the Shiva, Vishnu, Durga, so like the different deities or different gods or supreme deities came to be worshipped. So in this manner, the concept what is the supreme God. So this concept, so that was started that. So what is that? Shiva, Vishnu and Durga. So the supreme god deities came to be existence. So different religions and different people or different devotions who are going to be worshipped their deities. They feel that yeah, this is my god. So if I feel that Lord Ganesha is my supreme god, I am going to be worshipped like that. If you feel that Jesus Christ is your supreme god, you are going to worship that one. If somebody feels that Allah is supreme god, they are going to be followed like that. So if it is Shiva like that, if Durga, so like that, one by one they are going to be followed to the religions, different religions, without interrupting anyone's. This is very important. Without interrupting anyone's views and concepts. So they are going to be followed their concepts. So through that, elaborate the rituals. They started to elaborate the rituals. At the same time, gods and goddesses worships in different areas came to be identified. So once they found the supreme god means, so what they do that they are going to start to express their views and concept, and what are the performance, what is the role of the Shiva, everything. So he is only Shiva, he is only concept, the whole world is created by him. Okay, and somebody who was follower of Vishnu, they are saying that whole world is controlled by Vishnu and that everything is created by him only, like that they are going to be started. And like that, it started. So based on wherever they are going to do that, where the people are starting to believe that one, so then they started to construct which one? Their temples for those. Okay, so different areas came to be identified as Shiva, Vishnu, and Durga. In a process, local myths and legends came to the part of the Puranic stories. So, as per this one, so Shiva Purana, Vishnu Purana, and like this. Okay, so that Purana started to be existed on the basis of this one, the local myths, okay, and also be that what is that Puranas. Okay, so Puranic stories, method of worship recommended in this Puranas were introduced into the local cult. Okay, so and also be that laid down the possible for devotees to receive the grace of God regardless of their caste status. Without their status at work, they could be grace the God. The idea of bhakti became too popular that even Buddhist and Jain adopted these beliefs. So even Buddhist and Jains adopted these beliefs. What is that? The idea of bhakti. Okay, remember this? Where the people were come out from this Vedic period. Okay, so it was only prescribed for whom? Prescribed for only for such noble families or high caste families only. So then the idea that was only for prescribed for that. So others were not able to do that. Then the people, the common people, were shifted over to the teachings of which one? Buddha or Jainism. Okay. Then afterwards, the idea of the Buddha or Buddhism and Jains. So Buddhists and Jains, these were adopted the concept about the, what is that? The idea of bhakti. The idea of bhakti became the popular, and this one also we believe that one. So then everybody started to follow the same kind of this methods about that. So now here, when it is started that one, there is another society is formed. Another kind of the society is formed. What is that another kind of society? Let's focus now this one. Okay. So here we have both the Shiva, Vishnu, Durga. So here Shiva and Vishnu. Okay, like that. So they another kind of the community or the group it is created in the society. So what it is that? Let's focus now. Okay, new kind of bhakti in South India. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about that in the South India. So what is that? Nayanas Alvars. Who is Nayanas and Alvars? So the 7th to 9th century saw the emergence of the new religious movement. So when is it happened? That from 7th to 9th century, new religious movement. So led by the Nayanas and Alvars. So here these Nayanas means saints. Saints of, what is the saint? Devoted to Shiva. Nayanas worshipped Shiva, saints devoted to Shiva, and Alvars are, what is that, saints devoted to whom? Vishnu. Okay. So this was happening. So Nayanas, so it should be come to your mind that what is Nayanas? Nayanas comes to that saints devoted to the Shiva. Alvars means come to the concept about that saints devoted to Vishnu. Okay, so this is the concept. So this Nayanas and Alvars, this concept or this new religion movement held in the 7th to 9th century. 7th to 9th century, it held that one. Okay. So who came from all castes? It's very important. Who came from Nayanas and Alvars? Who came from all castes, including those considered as untouchability, untouchable. Untouchable, like Pulayar and Panas. Okay, so they were sharply critical of Buddhism, Buddhist and Jains, and preached ardent love of Shiva or Vishnu, the path of the salvation. Salvation means ultimate destination of the devotee. They drew upon the ideals of love and heroism, found the Sangama literature. It is very important in Tamil language, the Tamil area, it was formed that Sangama literature. So in Karnataka, Vachana movement, Vachana literature, we are going to say that in Karnataka, Basavanna is formed, that Vachana literature, the same way this Sangamam literature. Okay, so it was formed this one, Sangam literature, the earlier example of the Tamil literature composed during this time of this common era. In 7th to 8th century, it was formed. Okay, so that Vachana literature, it is formed in the 12th century. Okay, so what is that? Let's focus one by one. And blend them with the values of the Bhakti. So this Sangam literature, what it's done the work, blend the value of Bhakti. Blend the value of Bhakti. This is a major concept about this one. The Nayanas and Alvars went from place to place, composing the executive poems, okay, in praise of the deities, and in the villages they visited and set them music for that one. They were staying there and gathering the people, and they started to sing this prayer and poems related to that concept about this one. Okay, so in this way they started to spread that. So we could see that. So what is that? Tirupati. Okay, so one of the Tirupati temple, we are going to say that. So that is also be that. What is that? They were Alvars. So that region, Tamil South India. So that is South India. So in Andhra Pradesh, that Alvars started, and also we could see it in Karnataka, Melukote temple. Okay, so like that we can list out that. So those are all contribution of this Alvas. Okay, there is historical theories there for those temples, but there and all they started to gather and they started to express about this. So in Shiva temples, if we come this one, okay, so what it is that there were different kinds of the temples are there. Okay, so that Mahadeshwara temple, okay, in near Kollegala, okay, in Nanjundeshwara temple here in Nanjangoodu, okay, like that. So one by one there are different. So those are in South India. So Nayanars. So those have been given this one. So here Nayanars and Alvas. So there were 63 Nayanars. So how many? There were 63 Nayanars. Let's focus now. So Nayanas means the saint. Okay. So saints, those who are preaching that, like the Swamiji, we are going to call this one. So like that. So in our areas and all, we are going to call the Swamijis. Okay. So like the saints. Okay. So sannyasi, like that we are going to call this. So saints. So how many were there between the 7th to 9th century? That is 63. 63 Nayanas. So who belongs to different caste background? There are different caste backgrounds such as potters, untouchable workers, peasants, hunters, soldiers, brahmins and chiefs. So like that there were different who were there. So the best among them were upper. Okay, best among them is about upper, the name of the saint, and another is about that Sambandar, Sundarar, and Manikava Sagar. So these were the major saints of under this Nayanars. Okay, the saints were called as Nayanars. Okay, that is only thing. So there are two sets of the compilations, their songs. One is that Thevaram, another one is Tiruvakacham. Okay, so Tiruvaka. So this is the concept about this one. Okay, so next one is Alvas. So Alvas were 12 Alvas. 12 Alvas. So who came from the equally deliverant background. So they're all common background and they came that. Best known being about this one, what is that? See, Nayanas came to the different background, the two in untouchable people. Okay, so but here the 12 Alvas who came from the equally divergent background. So they're all the same background and they came that, but they're not different backgrounds. So such as list out those fellows such as Periyarvar, okay, and his daughter, Periyarvar's daughter, who is an Angel, and Todaratundi, Tondaradi Podi Alvar, okay, Nammalvar, okay. So they compose that Divya and Prabandham. So like that they compose the poems and songs about this one. Okay. So here this is about this Nayanas and Alvas. So between the 10th and the 12th century, the Chola and Pandyas. Okay. So between 10th and 12th century, so that the Cholas in Pandya's king built elaborating temples. So they started to build the temples around the many shrines visited to the saints, poets, and strengthening the links between the Bhakti traditions and the temple worships. Okay, Bhakti tradition, it's linked with the which one? That temples of worship. That's one. Okay, so this also be time their poem were compiled. Okay, so they were gathering in the temples and they started to compile and preaching, teaching everything they were doing in the particular place. So besides, okay, a geographic A geography. This is very important. The geographies. So this is the what is that? What is that? Writing of saints' lives. So how they have lived everything. So we are saying the biography, autobiography like that. So the writings about saints whether it is geographies. So here are religious biographies. It's also called religious biography of Alvas and Nayanas. So related to this, they have written about this one. So were composed. So today we use those texts as a source of the writing histories in the Bhakti tradition. So whatever they have written on the basis about that, we are going to discuss about the concepts about this one. Okay. So through those we have got to know about the concepts. What it is that how this Bhakti movement has spread over all the world. Okay, so what are the major concepts, everything we got to know from this one. Okay, so this is Nayanas and what is that? Alvas. So now let's focus on this one. Philosophy started. Okay, philosophy and majorly that Bhakti. How it is the Bhakti or devotion is started to spread over. Let's focus now. So philosophy. And Bhakti. Philosophy and Bhakti. Shankara, one of the most influenced philosophers, Shankaracharya, maybe you heard that. So here Shankara has given that. The name of it is that Shankaracharya. What is that? Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya. So here the major concept about this one, Shankara. So he born in the Kerala. The place name is Kaladi. When he born that in the 8th century. So he was advocated Advaita or doctrine of. He advocated what is the concept about that? Doctrine of oneness of individual soul or the supreme God, which is ultimate reality. So what is that? He spread the concept about that. Advocate Advaita. So the Advaita philosophy, you can say that. So according to this one, what it is that? Doctrine of the oneness of individual soul. So that will be Advaita, and also be another concept about that supreme God, which is ultimate reality. So this concept is said by the Shankara or Shankaracharya. So they reached the different areas and started to construct the matas. Okay. So in this matas, there was Srungeri. It's one of the mutt. Okay, where he formed that. So they Srungeri in that Sharda Devi's temple. It is that. It's one of the famous temples. So he thought that the Brahman, the only or ultimate reality, Brahman, only ultimate reality, was formless and without any attribute. He considered the whole world around us to be the illusion or Maya. Illusion means it's a magic. It is a magic. And preach renunciation of the world and adopt the path of the knowledge to understand the truth and nature of the Brahman and attain the salvation. So like he just supported for the Brahman only. Okay, so that was a concept was given that. Okay, so next one is Ramanujacharya. So he is also be like Shankaracharya. So next one is about Ramanuja. So Ramanujacharya, we are going to say that. So he born in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu. So in the 11th century. So was deeply influenced about the Alvar. So deeply influenced about that Alvars. Influenced by Alvars. So he was a devotee of who? Devotee of Vishnu. Okay. According to him, the best mean of attaining the salvation, okay, was through the intense devotion of Vishnu. Intense devotion of Vishnu. That concept has been explained. That Vishnu is his grace helpful to devotee to attain the bliss of union with him. So this concept is said that he pronounced that doctrine of Vishishtadvaisa. So this concept about that, what is that? So Vishishtadvaita. So our qualified oneness in the soul, even when united with the Supreme God, remained distinct. Ramanuja's doctrine greatly inspired on the new strand of bhakti, and it was spread out the Ramanujacharya. So there were different kinds of the temples were it is formed this one. Okay, like mattas, like that, which have been started this one. And next one is about that Veerashaivism. Okay, first one as Veerashaivism. So we noted that what is that? So first one. So here, in the earlier Tamil Bhakti movement, we and temple worship we have learned. Okay, so like that Sangam literature. So the same concept here turned the led the reaction about this one. So Veerashaiva movement is initiated by this Om Basavana. Veerashaiva movement. And companion of this Allama Prabhu, Akka Mahadevi. So Vachana Sahitya, Vachana literature, we could see that. So there it comes out. So the movement began from the Karnataka in the middle 12th. So mid 12th century it started this, which is Veerashaiva movement. And the Veerashaiva argues strongly for the equal of all human beings against the Brahminical ideas, and about the caste and the treatment of the women. So these also against all form of the rituals and idol worship. It's very important. So Veerashaiva movement, Basavana's concept about that against which one? Brahminical method. And another one is about that idol worship. Idol of worship. So this against this one. So this is a major concept about this. What is the Veerashaivism then? Okay. So now I'm going to end this one for this class. So in the next class we are going to discuss about that, how it is spread out in another area, and what are the major concepts about this, and everything will be discussed about that. So by this I'm going to conclude this class. In the next video we'll discuss about